Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Cookiecast. Today on Cookiecast, it's our new episode of The Whole Avocado. Join me and Luke as we talk all things about the week, and we talk about getting old, so that'll be nice. So if you're not checking us out on YouTube, do check us out. There's no video with this one, but there'll be some pictures, something to look at. So yeah. This is Cookiecast, The Whole Avocado. That should have been how we started. I should have said, fuck you, blanket.
You can't blanket.
Thank you.
Can't go out. He's not here.
What?
Blanket's not here.
No.
Well, here we are again.
Again, it's almost becoming a reoccurrence. A recurrence?
Maybe it's becoming too much.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's perfect.
So what is this, episode 3? I mean, if you don't break it down into individual episodes, is it 3? Like we did the first one was split into 2.
Yeah, there was number 1.
Parts 1 and 2.
Parts 1 and 2.
Then there was number 2. Yeah, because we did best of, worst of. And then, obviously, this is 3. Which is, moving away from the best of and worst of.
Yeah.
So yeah, here we are.
Here we are again.
Whole Avocado, episode 3. Cookies here. You'd hope. You'd hope.
Don't have to be.
I'm here.
You're here.
Again. Who else is here? No one.
No one.
Maybe one day we could.
Glass of water.
Can of pop.
Oof.
So what kind of pop?
Is it 0?
It's 0, cost 0.
Obviously we can't say what brand it is because we're not sponsored by them.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, well, we could. I could maybe say, Coke Zero.
Coke Zero, this is
it is the best drink. Oh my goodness, what a drink!
Would you say it was refreshing?
Oh, very.
So refreshing.
Thirst quenching.
So refreshing.
Yeah. Very Moorish. No, it's.
Did you know there is a theory that there is still a percentage of cocaine in Coke?
I think it would be a hell of a lot more money than 90 pence a can. If that were true.
They still use the same leaves, so apparently there is a percentage.
I'm just gonna call bullshit on that.
Yeah, I wasn't overly sure. But it's all made in secret.
Well, yeah.
It's all made in different places.
Well, you could say the same for KFC. We don't know what all the herbs and spices are in that.
We don't know what the chicken is in that.
No.
Do you remember when they had to change from Kentucky Fried Chicken to KFC because that's kind of chicken anymore?
Well, no, they still call it. They call it chicken. I want to try that vegan chicken one that they brought out.
Vegan chicken.
What I don't get about that though is, like, if you're a vegan, why of all places would you want to go was KFC? Why don't you just go to a vegan place? It's the same with like the vegan options in McDonald's or Burger King.
Obviously, did we talk about this before?
I think we mentioned it.
Talk about McDonald's were in a lot of trouble for their quote-unquote vegan option.
And wasn't it Burger King that saying it wasn't a vegan option, it was a vegetarian? Because it was cooked on the same grill as the meat.
That's actually on their TV advert.
Yeah.
It says across the bottom.
Yeah.
And I was like, because nobody's going to complain about that in any way, shape, or it's like, please no.
Well, it's aimed. They're saying it's aimed at people who want to eat less meat.
So, the theory is that everybody should cut down their meat consumption to a couple of days a week.
If that. I 100% agree.
And something that was interesting that brought up recently was about how we used to eat meat. Like when we were kids, how we used to eat meat then.
It wasn't very often.
It wasn't very often. Part of the reason that my family became vegetarian was because of the lack of the amount of time we ate meat. And my mother would always comment on how on the days that we did eat meat, those were the meals that there was a higher likelihood that me and my sister wouldn't eat them.
For me, it's the cost as well. You know, cost of living. Well, if you want to eat meat every day, your weekly food shop is going to be astronomical.
But then I've got like 2 or 3 people on social media that, obviously through January in America, where we were doing Veganuary, they were doing Carnivore Month.
Right.
And then, like, people are doing 31 days of eating nothing but meat.
Good protein, but, you know, there are other ways of getting it.
Yeah. And, you know, there's the Game Changers documentary where even Arnie was like, there is actually no reason to eat meat.
When I went to Florida last year, I had the Impossible Burger, and I had it several times while I was there.
So they've come under a lot of criticism, the Impossible Burgers.
Mainly because the ones that they were selling over here, the carbon footprint setting, you know, they were being made abroad, frozen, brought over here. When you need to eat something that's going to be a bit more local based.
Something to do with something that's in it. I know that on Bill Burr's podcast, him and his wife got into a conversation about these Impossible Burgers. Something about they can cause men to lactate.
Oh.
Which I think is something to do with soy.
Yeah, but only if you're eating like
an astronomical
amount. Exactly. It's like the whole like NutraSweet causes cancer. You have to have a ridiculous amount in one go to be able to, you know, it's just one of them things that those myths that have got blown out of proportion, and people just think, you know, right, I can't eat that anymore because I'm going to start squirting some milk out of my old titties.
That's what I was laughing at today. Oh God! I came out and I was saying to Lan, I was listening to a podcast at work, just crying at my desk because I was laughing so much, and it was about kind of about male lactation. But yeah, apparently one camp says it's not possible, and another camp says that it is.
Well, I can't say I've researched it enough to comment.
No, I haven't either. Speaking of research, I haven't researched any of these vegan options.
Well, I will gladly say I am more than happy to eat the Impossible Burger because it is really good, really tasty, and as a meat eater, someone who enjoys a really good burger, I would often pick that over a burger.
There's something about it's got beetroot in.
There's a beetroot version, like the beet burger, but it's not that.
Beets better.
Beets better, yeah. This chicken element, I'm not really keen on because that's like they call it, is it seitan or something like that?
Seitan, yeah.
Yeah, it's well, as it sounds, and it's basically the gluten extracted from flour and then cooked, which you really shouldn't be eating.
Okay.
Because that is like almost like a waste product. I mean, it's a fantastic way to find out if you're a celiac.
Ooh.
You know, I'll just eat this seitan. Oh, definitely celiac. As you bend double and have stomach pains.
Nice.
But yeah, we should definitely eat less meat. Well, not we, because you don't eat meat. I have meat maybe once a week, if that.
Somebody I work with, an alumnus of the podcast, has switched a diet from eating meat, quote unquote, regularly to eating meat once a week.
Yeah. If I go out, I'll have some meat then. If you go out for a steak, you go out for a really good burger, those are the kind of things I'm not going to cook at home. Ever. Because I'm shit at cooking.
Cook meat and steak.
Yeah, for a vegetarian, you do cook meat well.
Mm.
I always remember when we were kids, you used to make a good bacon sandwich.
I heard something today and I was like, sounds like a game changer, that. It's like, season the pan, not the food.
What? No, it's the other way around, isn't it?
Ah, that's interesting.
You season the pan to keep it so it's, like, things don't stick to it and things like that.
Apparently you're supposed to put your butter in the pan, then you're supposed to put your salt and pepper in the pan, and then you put your meat
That's
in.
nonsense. Nonsense.
So, I'm like, I might need to try that to find out which is the best. But yeah, today I heard season the pan.
Well, I also heard that if you use buttermilk in your pancakes, they become really thick.
Buttermilk pancakes.
Buttermilk pancakes.
Yeah,
And if you ever get a chance, have a research of I think they're called Japanese souffle pancakes.
Those monsters.
Oh my god, they're like,
They're all wobbly and stuff.
yeah, those look amazing.
Do you know how to make buttermilk?
Isn't it like vinegar and cream or something ridiculous like that, or milk? I can't remember.
Juice.
Lemon juice, that was it.
You put lemon juice into milk.
Yeah.
And stir it, and that's buttermilk.
Yeah.
Right.
Or just buy some.
Cool. You can buy it, but in a pinch you can make it.
Yeah.
I used to just make it and then make pancakes.
What an interesting podcast conversation we're having right now.
Somebody out there is like, I didn't know that.
I'm going to do that.
I didn't do that.
I'm going to make me some buttermilk pancakes.
They are really good.
So, I've not really been up to much. You've obviously been up to stuff because everyone's listened to The Darkest Timeline. So they know what you've been up to. I've not been up to much.
It's the way, the way of the release.
How are you feeling?
I am 8% better than I was.
Excellent.
It's a slow road of recovery.
Well, you can tell everyone about how you're feeling on the next Darkest Timeline.
Oh, by the next one I'll be another 8% better, I'm sure.
And it'll be 108% better.
Oof.
Other than that, I've not been up to much.
What did you do at the weekend?
Head back. We're going to talk about that later. Yeah. Food shopping. Oh, I went to see Parasite on Friday. This is before it won all the Oscars. I went to see Parasite on Friday. It was good. Really, really good film.
Did it win some Oscars?
It won 4 Oscars. Did you not know?
Wow.
Won Best Movie.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
And
I've
various
heard
other
nothing
things.
but good stuff.
Yeah.
I wanted to
kicked
see it.
Joker's ass. It kicked 1947 or what it was called, but yeah, did really well. Really good film. It's like it's a dark comedy up until about halfway, and you're like, oh no, it's no longer a comedy. Oh dear.
No, it's just dark.
But he has made some great films. I think I recommended Snowpiercer to you before.
You did?
Yeah. It's not. I don't think it's on Netflix anymore though. No, I checked the other day.
Chris Evans in it?
Yeah, the actor, not the radio DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always used to pop up on Netflix, and I was always like,
It's got a really good cast actually. It's got a bunch of people you recognise from other things, and I think he did that Okja movie as well about the genetically.
pig.
Yeah, couldn't watch all that. It was a bit too. Yeah, didn't like it.
No?
No, it was. I didn't like.
I don't like it.
I didn't like all the violence against the pig. So I kind of.
Well,
And,
that's the way it is.
Yeah, well, exactly. Kind of. You don't want to think about that stuff. So I did too much. Well, yeah, Saturday it was pretty quiet. Food shopping, stuff like that. Caught up on a couple of shows I've been watching. Picard, quite good. definitely getting old, is Jean-Luc.
Whoopi's coming back for the second series.
So I read, yeah.
I watched a video where he offered her the role back.
Damn right. Need some more retro people in there.
I also saw the Vin Diesel once
Dame Judi Dench in
once Jude in the
oh my god,
in the Fast and the Furious
nonsense. I mean, those films are nonsense anyway. So
yeah, obviously they've had the trailer for the number 9
with the swinging cars across the ravine.
Yeah, I said another podcast alum, Mr. Panas. He loves the Fast and the Furious movies.
I love the Fast and Furious movies.
Loves the Fast and
Those movies got great from 5 onwards.
But I said to him, I was like, I haven't seen the trailer for the new one. He's like, no. It's like, they might have finally gone too far.
Having John Cena in it as Dom's brother, it's like 9 movies in, and it's like, hey, I've got a brother. Did I mention this? I mean, we're 9 movies in, but you know.
And I mean, he doesn't look like me.
Nope.
But other than that, I mean, you know, those small minor details.
And why is Helen Mirren in it when it's not got bloody
Jason Statham?
Yeah.
Obviously, Dwayne's not in it, and
when because they fell out.
they all fell out. Tyrese had to make another video.
Oh, Tyrese.
I'll give you $1 million if you stay off social media.
And they brought back Han as well, even though he's dead.
Han Solo.
Han Solo? No, Han from...
Han from Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
And other films from the franchise until the point he died. And now he's back, yeah.
Because maybe he said yeah, because he needs some acting jobs. Unlike Gal Gadot, who's obviously not going to come back because she is in demand.
Yeah. Wonder Woman, 1984.
That looks alright.
Where they, in Wonder Woman 1984, where they bring a character back from the dead.
Yeah, it's the one. But at least they're going to have, like, Kristen Wiig is, like, proper cheetah. Not, she's going to be a proper meta-human style.
Yeah. Yeah. I only watched the first Wonder Woman once.
Yeah, once enough.
It was another one of those films that had been very highly reviewed, and I watched it and went, what was it? Was it that good?
Did you see that Suicide Squad 1.5? Sorry, I mean...
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey is...
It's had amazing reviews.
It had good reviews, but it's opened the worst of the DC movies.
Yeah.
Why?
Because nobody understands what it is. Like, somebody like you or me will be like, well, we understand what the Birds of Prey is.
Yeah.
Even going like, well, there was a TV series of the Birds of Prey.
Yep, terrible.
So on and so forth, whatever.
We know who the characters are in
concept.
it. Yeah.
To the layman, it's like, why is Harley Quinn in a movie?
Yeah.
On her own.
Where's the Joker?
Oh, is the Joker in it? No.
No.
Oh, then I don't know what I would be watching.
I want to go see it. It's not on a city screen.
I imagine that I will see it at some point.
On home video?
On home movies. Not those kind.
Not those kind.
No.
So other than that, yeah, not been up to much, and I suppose we should really get into the main subject matter of today's podcast.
The reason that we gathered here today.
Yeah, exactly.
Go on then.
So, I was having a think since the last time, and it's coming up to, we both have something coming up this year, different times, which it's quite I don't want to say it's a special thing, because I don't like to think of it that, but we both have a an event coming up. And that event is that we both turn 40 this year. So I want to talk to you about staring down that barrel of 40.
I tried to find a picture for staring down the barrel of 40. It didn't go well. I just got a load of pictures of guns.
Did you search for Gary Oldman but forgot the R?
No. Yeah. Because obviously it's like it's a phrase, but the internet doesn't seem to understand.
Maybe it's not a phrase. Maybe it's a phrase that you have egg-conned from something else.
That I've just forced upon the world.
Yeah.
Possibly.
But yeah, so I've got like 23 days so less than a month, before I am officially, well, what did they call it? They call it middle-aged.
Middle-aged.
But as I said to you the other week, you could be 25 and middle-aged. Depends on when you die. So I might not be middle-aged. I could be, quarter.
Twilight years.
Yeah, exactly. I could be.
You know the thing that strikes me the most? It's when I look back and think about 40-year-olds when we were kids.
It seems so old.
Yeah. You think like I always picture, no matter what age they were at what time, your parents were 40.
Yeah.
But they probably weren't. By the time I'll have been... Did I turn 21? Yeah.
I mean, you did get there because you're coming up to 40 now, so...
So when I turned 21, my mother turned 40.
Right.
So if you think of it in that sense, but 40 was like, your parents are 40. And like, I don't know, teachers. Like, that's the age difference. You were a child and every adult was 40.
Yeah, but you think about when you were a kid and you were thinking about, when I'm going to be 40, the kind of things you expected from yourself at 40.
Whew.
Exactly.
I should at least have a Porsche back now.
Well, I'm not but all the other things that other people expect from someone who's going to be a 40, like a youngster's looking at a 40-year-old, like I'm 20, let's say I'm 19. When I'm 40, I'm going to have my house, I'm going to be married, I'm going to have kids.
Yeah.
And for me, every major milestone towards 40, I was like, I've got till 30 to really decide I want to have a kid. And then I was like, 35 maybe. 40, I've still not got a kid.
Maybe just pick one up.
You've got several, haven't you? I can take one of yours.
Yeah, borrow one if you want.
I've got a cat. I don't need a kid. She's kid enough for me. She's a pain in the ass.
It's a different thing.
But yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm married. Been married for several years.
Two first.
I'm still not going to call it that. First and only.
The reason so that doesn't make a lot of sense. I said to Luke earlier today, I was like, do you introduce your wife as your first wife? Because I was listening to a podcast where one of the two people was saying that they do introduce their wife as their first wife. And the other one was like, I go with, this is my current wife.
Yeah, I don't think that'll go down too well.
But I was telling people at work today that I was looking through alternate Valentine's Day cards. So there's these companies that have popped up in the last few years that they'll make you a Valentine's card and put a message in it and stuff.
Like Thoughtful. I actually ordered from Thoughtful this year.
So did I.
Yeah. Was it because of Facebook?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or Instagram or whatever.
It was an advert that popped up and it was Thoughtful. And I was like, that's quite a cool card. I like that.
See, I've never had the balls to do it. But every year for the last, 4 or 5 years, I've got one of these insulting cards, and I'm like, I would have never had the balls to do that. So now I feel safe that I can do it. But I kept telling people today that my favourite one was on the front. It just said, "You are perfect for my first wife," and I'm like, that is absolute genius.
So we can't believe we both got suckered in by some kind of social media advert.
No, proves it works, I guess.
Well, yeah. Well, only because it had like a perfect card, and I was like, that's like exactly it.
I love you more than the cat.
No, it was similar though. It was
I love you less than the cat.
No, it was I love you more than this, and it was like, because I always say, like one of my things I want to do in life is like I want to walk down the street and I want to find a box of kittens. Like, I really want a box of kittens. I'd be like, I'm going to look after you, kittens. And the card says, I love you more than this. And there's an arrow and there's a box of kittens. So, I thought it was a really apt card for my relationship. I really want a box of kittens. Don't send any in.
Yes, Luke's address is... No.
So yeah, 40. I got married. Don't have a kid. I don't have my own house yet, but that's soon. That's on the cards.
I mean, this is another thing for our generation. It's so difficult. But obviously there's things out there that's helped by...
It is, but for me, right, I'm having to look outside of York because it's so expensive to live in York. The houses we can afford are... Well, we've been looking at a bracket of 200 max. You can get a terrace for that in a shite area of York. Or you can move to Malton, get a good house. But then you got your travel. It's not too far. It's kind of like travelling to Pocklington or somewhere like that. But at least Malton's got a train. It's got the buses. You're not going to get stuck in traffic if you're on the train trying to get back into York. Kind of works for me. It's just expensive. It's going to cost you about 1,800 a year for a season pass. Yeah, which works out about 150 a month or something like that. Which is a lot. Of money. You might as well get rid of the car if you're going to do that.
Yeah, I went to Leon's dad's. I'm not going to say where Leon's dad lived, but I went to Leon's dad's. I went into the house. It's like, wow, it's like big house. Like like when the rooms are big rooms.
Yeah.
You don't have those
high ceilings.
Yeah. You don't have all those restrictions. When it's a little bit further out, like the houses are built bigger.
Yeah.
And the rooms are bigger because of it.
Big old garden.
And got into the various rooms, like the kitchen just goes on, and you go into other rooms and stuff. And it was and I kept going, and I was like, "This house is amazing." So a really nice house. And when I was leaving, I was like, "Oh, you've got a lovely house and all this." And then later, it was a conversation about how much the house in question had cost. So
less than this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considerably.
How long has he had it? Many, many years. So.
No.
Oh.
No, recent. 2 or 3.
It's pretty good.
But it's just where it is. It's the further out from York, certainly.
Yeah.
The money just goes down.
I wonder if this... So, I know that people listening can't see this, but let me just show you, this house. Right, this is 165 in Malton, right? So, massive garden,
Jesus.
Big rooms, entrance hall, massive kitchen.
Wow.
It's 3-bedroomed, little attic's done out.
A rocking chair.
It was a rocking chair, yeah. Creepy or what? But yeah, and that was 165, and that's in Malton.
Yeah, and that's the sort of thing you're talking about.
That house is bigger than this house.
Yeah.
It's got a massive garden.
Yeah.
And just because it's in Malton.
Yeah.
crazy. So yeah, we've been looking at Morton. Because I think it's going to be... We're going to have a run out there at some point and have a look around. And I know a few people who live there. Not lived there, maybe. So I don't really keep in touch with them.
Yeah, I know people who've come from Morton. I know people that live out that way now.
Yeah, I hear there's a nice bacon factory out there.
Yeah.
It's close to Scarborough, you can, you know.
Well, it's halfway, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Eden Camp's near there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, you know, we expected to, you know, young Luke expected to have a house, to have a kid, to be married, to, you know...
How old is young Luke in this
well, like,
scenario?
you know, when he was, like, thinking to himself that, you know, 30, well, 30 was the cut-off age, 40 would have been, like... But got to 30 and didn't want it. I wasn't ready. I'm getting to 40. Still not ready, really.
It's... Everything that I've done past a certain age, I look at now and go, I should have done it sooner. The big one was I should have learned to drive a lot sooner than I did.
Yeah, but you live in York.
Yeah, I mean, I spent years walking places.
Yeah.
Going, I don't need to learn.
You had a bike.
I walk. Or
Yeah.
I get my bike. Or
It's York. York's like really small, really easy to get to on foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then later in life, it was like, man, that's real inconvenience that I can't drive. That's really good inconvenient. And then, obviously, once with like the children and stuff, it was like, it's got to the point now where it's probably not really an option not to drive.
Yeah. It is a useful tool. When I moved to Sheffield, that's when I was like, right, I need to finish learning to drive. And I started when I was 17.
Yep.
Stopped when I was 17.
Yep.
Didn't pick it up again for many years. And I only decided to put in my test 6 years ago, I think. Something like that. 7 years, maybe 6. 3, maybe less, maybe 5. But yeah, and like you, I didn't have a need for it. And it was only when I was moving and thought, it's going to cost me an arm and a leg to come back on a train all the time.
Yeah.
Might as well learn to drive and get a car. And yeah, we did. Well, I did. My wife does not drive.
She does not.
Which is annoying. I didn't say that. But yeah, so I still don't know whether I want kids. I've had that conversation with my other half, and we're kind of... I often see it as me being too selfish to have a kid. Because I like things like holidays and going... let me finish. And going when the kids are at school. You can't take kids out of school to go on holiday. It's very much frowned upon nowadays.
It's harder to do.
It was easier when we were at school.
Yeah.
I mean, look at us. Look where we got.
Write a note.
Yeah.
So will not be at school at this point in time.
I went to Florida September, right? And I got on all the rides because all the UK kids were at school.
Yeah.
Cheap as hell.
Yeah.
Got on all the rides. Great. Loved it.
It would be different if you were doing it with children.
It would be different. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm just, like I say, I often think I'm maybe too selfish for them.
Well, like a little version of yourself that you can teach all the things.
Not really like a cat. I like
you
cats.
can't teach a cat anything.
Yeah, you can. No, well, maybe not.
A child's probably not gonna eat you if you die.
I just think I need to be in a slightly better place with I would have liked a house before I had a kid. I would have liked to be financially a little bit more stable. Yeah, I am getting there. I reckon next couple of years, I will be completely, other than the car, debt free, which is a first time in a hell of a long time for me.
There's no right time for these things.
No, but do you not feel that when you get to 40, that you? I know I've got friends who have had kids when they're older, and I know that some of those people regret not having kids sooner, because obviously it's a lot harder when you're older.
Yeah, like I say, in every big thing that I've done in the last 10 years, the only way I look at it is I wish I'd done it sooner. Children's one of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
And learning to drive, getting a house. I mean, I didn't have a massive amount of control over that. But all of the big stuff, I wish I'd done sooner. So I can understand, especially with like age and stuff. I worry about like it's the getting down on the floor to do stuff. I've had this in two separate points. Like when I first lost all the weight, a lot of that was to do with the fact that I couldn't do certain things. Like it was like, all right, if I'm going down on the floor, give me 5 minutes and I'll get there. And then there was the element of, I live here now. Because I can't get back up.
Yeah,
But it was like 5 minutes to get down on the floor and 15 minutes to get back up.
Yeah, for me, it's like, I got like really bad knees if I need to go on the floor for anything. I'm like, oh, my knees. And like, I really kind of feel like I need to grab hold of something to get back up.
I've got 2 pillows.
I ain't going to just like jump back up, am I?
I've got 2 pillows that I put down next to the bath that I kneel on at bath time. There's absolutely no way I'd be able to kneel on the floor.
Nope.
That's insanity.
I suffer from pretty much a bad back. Most of the time I'd see a chiropractor now. Since about June last year.
So it's age, mate.
It is age. And I remember thought, right, I could do a proper like old man dad job kind of thing, right? I'm going to sort out the cables behind the TV.
Oh, Jesus.
And that's how you know you're getting old. And I'd taken the TV completely off the unit, and I was like, taking all the cables out, rewiring it all, getting some cable ties, and while I was reaching over, back went. It's like, I cannot believe, just from doing that, my back went. So this kind of leads me on to, like, just talked about your knees there, but have you noticed, like, things going wrong, the fact that we're this bit older?
Yeah.
For me, I feel like there is always something new. When you get rid of one thing, there is another thing. And you just seem to notice them a bit more. And it is all because your body's decaying as we're getting older.
I've noticed, I've always had issues with my knees.
Yeah.
But I've noticed the last 6 months, there's been points in time where I've been like I've parked at work and I've got out of the car, and then walking from like the car to the front door of work, I'm like, oof, like, oh, my knee hurts.
Especially when it's cold.
Yeah, when it's cold and stuff. I'm not going to say anything regarding back issues.
Because you don't want to jinx it.
Because there isn't enough wood in this room, let's put it that way. However, I have taken steps to ensure that I will not,
What, suffer? You're going to be euthanized as the...
I bought a belt
Oh,
for
yeah.
my time in the gym. And I don't know, but I can say this much for definite. the bit that I damaged last time, I can feel it pulling when I'm in the gym, but I can also feel the belt working against it. So I'm like, I presume that the belt helps.
Yeah. Well, you'd hope so. And it's these things we should have been looking into beforehand, you know, to preempt these things. But I mean,
yoga. We should have been doing yoga by now.
I don't know about that.
That's what Joe Rogan says.
So I pulled my back recently, again.
Yeah.
It was on Sunday afternoon, and you know what I was doing?
Sitting down.
Nope. I was playing a VR fitness thing. I was playing Box VR on the Oculus Quest. And I was like, I played it once before. And I was like, oh, this is great. You got a proper sweat on, a good workout. I was like, right, I'm gonna get my shorts on, and I'm gonna have a proper go at it. And yeah, I was did a squat, went down, and I'd been playing it for about 15 minutes. Went down for a squat, and
that was
ping,
all she wrote.
And that was it. And now it is like, I'll sit down for 20 minutes and it'll take me 5 minutes to be able to walk because it hurts that much when I stand up.
I mean, I had a run of back issues, as podcast listeners will know.
I actually blame a little bit our work. 11 years being in an office chair.
Yeah.
And they're only now coming up with like, oh, you can have a sit-stand desk. Oh, you can have we'll get you a decent chair. Yeah, where was that 10 years ago?
Yeah, damage is already done.
I mean, why the hell? This is why I'm wearing glasses.
Yep.
But yeah, I find that more things are going wrong. I want to get back into like fitness things, but I can't run anymore because I get bursitis in my heel. I loved running. I encouraged you to get into running.
Yep.
Loved it. Got bursitis. Can't run anymore. Tried to do some friggin' box VR stuff. Back goes. It's like, what do you want me to do? Like, I can't swim because my back at the moment it hurts. When my back's better, yeah, I could probably go swimming again. But it's ridiculous. It's like, why is my body fighting against me when I want to do something good for it?
Maybe it's the pain of change.
Maybe.
Because, like, when I, again, going back to when I first started my journey to lose all that weight, the first week that I was running, I did the Couch to 5K. That was my first.
Honestly, one of the best programs.
I still do it
for
now.
running. It is great.
If I've been out of, like, I always do this thing where I get so far through like the cardio journey, and then I go, it's too hard.
I did the Couch to 5K, and then I did the Couch to 10K.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
And then I stopped doing the cardio or as much cardio or whatever for whatever reason. And then I'm like, I can't not do it. I've got to do the cardio. I've got to do more than I'm doing. I've got to keep always be increasing, always. And I'll go back to do the Couch to 5K. So, week one, X number of years ago, on the 6th day, back, just gone, completely gone. And I had to make a decision, and that was a very clear thing for me, which was, this is either a sign that says, oh, you're too overweight to be doing this. You've hurt your back because you're so overweight and you're running and you're putting all that weight and that pressure and all that on your back.
Well, that's what I think about my back at the moment. It's like,
or this is a test to see if you'll give up this easy at this early stage. And I was like, day 7. I was out running.
Wow.
Because I was like, I'm not going to start this journey now and stop.
Yeah.
And in actual fact, and this is something that I've known ever since then, I can be in absolute agony. Like, my back is like, I can barely stand or walk or whatever. But I know that the best way to actually fix that, to actually go through it, is to push through it. Push through the pain.
Did you have Andrew Lunn's head like floating above you, shouting at you to run through the pain, round the field?
No, the latest Character 5K I had, it was like, oh, pick your personal trainer. And I had Joe Wiley.
Oh.
I hated it.
I think one I did years ago was Sarah Millican. I was like, what? Why have I got this person telling me to run?
Like the latest one, I was like, this is awesome, because it was just like a few key things that had been recorded that would play at various points. So the first time you're like, cool. The second time it's like, well, this isn't very sincere, because it's just a recording of what I had yesterday. It was awful. I hated it.
Tell you what, when I used to do it, it was in Sheffield and it was hard. It was hilly.
Can't do with hills.
No, exactly. But yeah, so I'm trying to think what else has kind of gone wrong with me recently. Begins like spots. I feel like I'm getting to 40 and I've been getting like spots on my neck. And I'm like, what the hell? I've never had spots in my life.
From shaving?
Well, not even from shaving. They were like there before. I thought maybe they're ingrowing hairs, but they go pretty quick. But yeah, it's like just annoying. I don't understand it. You know, but I know that it's just going through a little phase, and it'll be gone. And then something else will come along that goes wrong. I had a bad toe the other day.
Turf toe? Gout?
Well, I don't drink, so definitely not gout. I don't eat too much red meat. So, but I thought that maybe it might have been an slight ingrowing toenail. So I attacked it and got rid. And now it's fine.
With your toe knife?
With my toe knife, yeah. I actually used a toe spoon for a while, but I lost it. I just got the toe knife in there, so you can really get behind the...
I watched the episode of the latest series of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
MacLeod.
D-Day.
Oh, D-Day.
And it's the bit where D makes
Dennis take his makeup off. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh, it's awful.
But yeah, and I've had over the last I got a really bad skin issue like a couple of years back. It came and gone. It was like there's no reason for these things happening other than I feel like just slowly decaying.
Well, that's what
happens. That's exactly what it is. It's crazy.
That's life.
You know, it's like one day I'll wake up and something will hurt and it's like, why does that hurt? It's like I didn't do anything to make that hurt.
I got a crick in my neck. I think it was last Monday. And by Thursday, if I turned my head in a certain way, it still hurt. And I was like, whoa, a crick in the neck is only allowed to last one day.
Yeah.
Why is it 4 days later and I've still got a crick in my neck? That's against the rules.
Don't get me started on adult hangovers that last all week.
It was one of the biggest reasons I gave up drinking. Spent 36 years without a hangover. Got a hangover, was like, I'm good, thanks. I'll not be doing that again. And
I feel like my tolerance for arseholes is it's like getting on. You know, I really get angry now at
You're talking to the wrong man.
I know, but we were both cyclists, and now I don't really cycle as much. Oh my god, they're the worst. I get so angry at them in the car.
I'll drive back from dancing on Saturday, and there was a cyclist.
You went dancing?
No.
Oh.
There was a cyclist in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, what what's this then? And they were like, to start out, they were like swerving. I was like, probably a little unnecessary.
It wasn't down James Street, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, they aren't bad down there.
But then they're like, road out to the middle of the road. I'm like, what are we doing here? This isn't how this works. Like, gotta get past that one. Too sweet. Are you one of the types of people that worries about, like, the number, the age?
Yes and no. I know I'll be all right when I'm there and I'm 40. It's the lead up to 40. I just don't like that kind of. I just want to be there and I just want it to be done and out of the way.
I've never had an issue with being a particular age. If I'm honest, I find it interesting, like coming up to that age and stuff.
40 is such a really big kind of thing, though, isn't it? People always.
But what's big about it?
Middle age.
Right.
It's got such a stigmatism around 40. People really do.
But not now. You know, it's that whole 50's the new 40, 60's the new 50 stuff. 40 doesn't mean like what it used to.
Don't get me wrong, I do like telling people that, oh yeah, I'm going to be 40, and people, I like the response, no, you're not going to be 40, no way, I didn't think you were 40. I love getting that response. That's proper, makes my day a bit.
I don't get that option because I have essentially, like...
You get, I thought you were 50.
I've had that for years, yeah. Now I have somebody who basically follows me around, and any time I open my mouth, their sort of comeback to anything is, grow up, you're nearly 40. And I'm always like, yeah, cheers for that.
Yeah.
You don't have to say it to everything, grow up, you're nearly 40.
Did I met Mickey and Minnie Mouse last year to Disney. Some pictures of them. The actual, yeah.
I mean, they're going to be knocking on a bit.
But I'm just saying, I obviously can't be 40 that, I'm off meeting Mickey and Minnie and doing some high fives with them and things. Obviously can't be nearing 40. Definitely not. So ailments, yeah. I know you're a man who suffers with his asthma. Have done for many, many years, haven't you?
Yeah.
Have you found you've got any more ailments? Like things? I
can't shift this fucking cold.
Well, yeah, apart from that.
I was talking to somebody about this the other day. And I don't want to date this podcast because it won't go out today.
No, it's going to go out next week, sorry.
But we've spoken about Valentine's cards, so that gives an idea of whereabouts we are.
Next time we speak, that'll be long gone.
That'll be done.
Yeah.
So that sort of time scale. I have been sick in some way or another since New Year's Eve.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
no, and that's not at this point I was fine for a couple. No, I have been sick
now
since New Year's Eve. I've had this cold thing for 3 weeks.
Do you think you're not giving yourself enough time to rest? Because for me, like you let's say you give me a lift home after this, which you normally do, and then you go off to the gym.
Yep.
So that for me you're not giving yourself enough time to.
Well, it's funny you should say that. Last night I was supposed to go to the gym, and I was feeling proper rough, and I took the executive decision to A, not go to the gym, and B, instead use that time constructively to go to bed.
I was going to say, so that's one of my other things I want to talk to you about. The older you get, what is your bedtime? What time do you decide to go up to bed?
I'm a lot better than I used to be.
No, I don't think you used to sleep back in the day. I used to get
home at 4 o'clock.
Exactly, yeah.
Go to bed and get up to go to work at like 7, 8 o'clock.
Young Luke used to be gallery on a Monday night, Ziggy's on a Tuesday, Wednesday off, Toffs on a Thursday, Fibbers Friday and Saturday, sometimes Gallery on a Sunday. And we used to go to work.
Yeah.
That young Luke used to do all that.
Yeah.
Now, old man Luke, he doesn't want to go out.
The sound
he
of
doesn't.
that.
He doesn't even want to go leave the house.
The sound of that's like, ooh, that makes me feel tired.
When I left the cinema on Friday, we had to obviously walk from the city screen back home, and just that brief, like, flash of town.
Oof.
It was just like, oh, I am so glad I don't have to be out in this. Hate it.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a nice quiet drink in a local pub. Have a few people around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little craft beer, maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, bedtimes.
I'd like to say that it's midnight.
And you up at?
But that's probably not. I aim for midnight.
What time do you get up in the morning?
This morning I had to take the baby to nursery, so I was up at 7:20.
It's quite late. See, for me, I aim an early night where I want to go to bed and I want to watch something in bed. 10 o'clock. And I'll just sit in bed and I'll watch something maybe till 11, maybe read a book. But I usually aim for 11 o'clock, go to bed. And sometimes we'll watch something, maybe one episode or something. But I'm never that late, not on a school night. And then I'm up usually at 6. So I will normally get around about 6.5 hours sleep a night. Which is what I'm used to. So, but yeah, back in the day, didn't need it. Didn't need that sleep. Now I need a good amount. And I found myself sleeping in a bit more on a weekend. It's like, I'll sleep until 9:30.
I don't, especially.
Well, because you've got things
have
to
the
do.
option for sleeping in. It's. I mean, you know, I have had. What was it last? Where are we? Last Sunday. I had a lie-in because I was staying up Sunday night for the Super Bowl and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So me and Leanne had the agreement that she would get up Sunday morning and then I would have a lie-in and then I'd have the baby in the afternoon, she could go to bed, all that. But me being me, it's like, I'm going to have a lie-in on Sunday morning, cool. Didn't get until 2 in the morning, didn't get to bed until 3. Yeah. And that's.
I don't remember the last time I saw 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's not as regular as it used to be, but it happens.
You know, it was New Year's Eve and I was struggling to stay up till 12. I'm like, I really want to go to bed. But yeah, let's stay up till 12. 12 o'clock hit. Yeah, Happy New Year, bed. It's like, don't need it. Don't need to be having these late nights.
I mean, I've discussed it on other podcasts before, but I've always been I try and maximise the day, but you can't do everything and you can't fit everything in, so you've got to push some things back and cut corners here and there and do less of this and more of that, and you know,
it's that whole thing though, isn't it? It's the you finish work, you get home, and then like you want to kind of try and maximise that time. Otherwise, you just
working and sleeping.
Yeah.
Which is the quickest way to insanity in my book. If you're, getting up, going to work, coming home, going to bed, what's the point?
Yeah. What you need that bit.
What is the point
between work and work again? Because
so then you're like, right, well, I need to have as much time at home doing stuff as I do at work. But you're at work for 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah.
By the time you get home, have something to eat, do whatever jobs you need to do, so and then trying to do something, it's like, you just can't fit everything in. So that's where I was always like cutting back on sleep. Oh, sleep when you're dead. Sleep when you're dead.
Oh no. Sleep when you're 40. Or almost 40.
Well, maybe that'll be the thing. To be honest, I've read a lot about and sort of seen a lot of videos and people talking about the importance of sleep for recovery. It's like all around stuff in the gym. One of the guys I follow and have done in some way for years says you should sleep as if it's like your job. Because of how important it is for recovery.
I certainly wish someone paid me for sleeping. That'd be nice.
Man, when I woke up this morning, having gone to bed early, when I woke up this morning, I was just like, no.
Yeah.
I need another couple of hours at least.
Because they've put me on these shifts at the moment, so I wasn't in work till 9:30, so it is completely messed up. Is it what they call it? Circadian rhythm.
Yeah.
And yeah, it completely messed up now. So I was up later. It was already light outside when I was up, and it's barely light when I get up. It's horrible. Yeah, even just walking to work, there was like more people on the street, more cars on the roads. Yeah. It's like, I don't want this.
Yeah.
I just want to get back into work for 8 o'clock in the morning. I want to get up at 6, in for work for 8. That's what I like. But yeah. What else was I going to talk to you about that as well? It was another little segue from there, but I can't remember what it was. I thought of it. Oh yeah, I was going to ask you, do you, now we're getting to the big 40, do you feel that you are too old to do certain things? So, for example...
Too old for 40?
Well, for example, for me, I feel like I am far too old to go out on a works night out because I am 40 almost, and everyone else who goes out, they are all 20-somethings, and I feel like do not.
No, somebody needs to show them how it's done.
Yeah, but
They know nothing.
Yeah, but that used to be me. I used to be able to show them how it's done. Now I can't show them how it's done. I'm too old to be. Me and you barely drink. You don't drink. I barely drink.
It's not about drinking.
Oh, it is about drinking to them.
Well, they're wrong.
Yeah, but they're young.
Yeah, exactly. They can afford to wake up and feel the way they feel and then go to work or whatever.
Well, exactly. I can't do that. I'd have to take the next day off because I would be dead.
No is the short answer.
You don't feel like you're too old for certain things.
I mean, something that there was an age limit on. Maybe.
Well, yeah, but like
I worry more about my. I worry more about my physical appearance than, for example, if one of my fears is at some point my children are going to be like, oh, let's go to the trampoline place. That makes me like, oh no, because I'd be like, no, because they'll be like, oh, why don't you go on the trampoline? I'd be like, no, I don't want to go on the trampoline because
I'll watch.
Nobody wants to see that sort of thing.
I'm a bit like that with swimming. I'm kind of like, I don't want to my top, but no one wants to see that.
I talk about like at the pool that we go to. I talk about the walk of shame, which is they put a mirror at the bottom wall just before you turn to go down into. So I have to walk all the way down that with a mirror in front, going, "Look at you, you fucking disgusting."
Look
at you disgusting fat pig.
For me, yeah, it was a similar thing. It was
all the way down.
I might mention I went to Florida last year. Did I mention that? I might mention that. We're doing a little Florida count there. Ting.
Florida.
But yeah, I discovered
Florida,
what fantastic. I discovered what they call. It's a horrible name, but a rash vest or rash top, and basically it's a t-shirt you wear
to go swimming in.
To go swimming in.
Yeah.
fantastic things. They're like really like they're a certain material, quick drying, and it meant I didn't have to get the UV protecting as well, and that was how I was kind of selling it to myself. It doesn't mean don't want to get sunburned, do I? So I had a rash for some fantastic things. They were great, and I could wear it everywhere. And self-conscious, nope. It's great, and I don't think I could get. You can't really get away with that kind of thing in like a swimming pool in the UK. For some reason that.
I've seen people in them. No, not loads. I've seen a couple of people that have
quite popular in America. FYI.
I wonder why. For me, I've had that thing where I've had to. You kind of have to immediately overcome it because it's not an option to go. I don't want to take you swimming because I don't like the way I look.
Yeah.
So you've got that. But I always work on the principle that those are the things that either you come to terms with. So I do the walk of shame going, you disgusting pig. And then go, well, that's the way it is. That's the way you've chosen to live your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you go, yeah, and, let's maybe do something about this. Because I never wanted to be fat dad. And there was a point where I started out as fat dad. And then there was the point where I went, I don't want to do this. I don't want my children to be embarrassed by me. I don't want a source of their embarrassment to be me. So I did something about it, and I got so far, and then I had a fairly substantial blip, and everything went backwards.
Difficult. It's really difficult
for so long as well. For like years, it went backwards.
Yeah.
And then I hit that point again, where I went, my children don't deserve this. So I need to do something about this so that they don't have to live with that embarrassment. So, it's the double-edged sword of it's either a bad thing or a good thing. Yeah, you have to look at yourself in that mirror and think, shit. But at the same time you go, shit.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do something about it.
Well, like I say, I have tried. I try to do things about it, but my body rebels, so it's like...
Find something different.
Well, what the hell can I do? I've got this bad back.
Get on the bike. Get on the...
I can't even do anything because of my back.
But get on the bike.
I need to get my back in shape. Like I need that to be fixed. Well, or to a point where it's not going to give out every, 5 months down the line.
Do back exercises.
Yeah, but I need to be able to. What do you think I do with them? The chiropractor gives me exercise to do all the time.
Do those?
I can't right now because I'm
add a bit of weight
so bad.
Just a little bit of weight. Build those muscles so the muscles are strong.
I think it's something else. I think disc based. But yeah, so too old to it's.
I don't subscribe to the too old to.
Do you not though?
Well, as an example.
So let's say an interesting looking kids animated movie came out at the cinema, right? And your kids weren't interested in seeing it, and you wanted to see it. Now I'm not talking a Disney movie. Let's say more Pixar, or not Pixar. Let's say more DreamWorks. And you were like, oh yeah, that's quite good. I really want to go to see it, and I can't be asked waiting for it to come out on DVD or Blu-ray or 4K. Would you go to see it? Would you on your own, or
I generally don't go to the cinema.
No, but let's say when you did. Let's say How to Train Your Dragon 3. That's a quite a kind of recent-ish. We've both seen. Have you seen 1 and 2?
I own all 3 of them.
Well, there you go. So, would you have gone to cinema, let's say, on your own one day to see that? Or would you think, fucking hell, I'm too old to see this on my own? It seems really odd.
Like I say, I don't subscribe to stuff like that. If I felt strongly enough about going to see something at the cinema and it had some kind of age rating and my children didn't want to go, which of the 3 of them, whether that's likely, I'd go and see it on my own.
Really?
Right.
I would have just waited. I would have been like, yeah, definitely want to see that. I'll wait till it comes out.
Well, yeah, I'd just wait for it to come out.
But yeah, because I would have thought, it seems a bit odd. But I worry, because I'm of an age People will be like, "Oh, why is that going? The cinema guy going to this kids' film on the cinema zone."
People?
The people.
The people.
The people.
You're
You've seen them.
Never going to see again. You don't know. You've never met them. You're never going to see them again. Those people.
Those bastards, yeah.
The people whose opinions don't matter.
Well.
Yeah, those people. Those are the
Well,
people.
you know what this day and age is like. You know, you've got people who scrutinise everything everywhere and will report you for everything. It's like, you know, it's a watchdog kind of society, isn't it? Everyone's like watching everyone. You can't do right for doing wrong.
Well, that is true.
That is true. So, getting 40, anything on your bucket list that you still want to do?
So I've never skydived.
Would you want to?
So, no.
Well, that's good then. That's a bucket list. Never skydive. Tick.
There's this really weird thing. Never wanted to. I was terrified of it. Vaguely had an opportunity to skydive in Vegas, and was a bit like, oh man, if I was
flaming helicopter as it went crashing down.
if I was ever going to, you know, that'd be like a perfect place to do it. Sort of thing. Kind of managed to weave my way away from it, and it was like that. Weirdly, after my blip,
yeah,
I got super obsessed with skydiving. I was just like, I'm gonna fucking skydive. Gonna jump out of the
thing is, I don't think if I did skydiving, I'd want to. I know you can't do it on your own.
No.
So you have to do a tandem jump.
Tandem.
And I don't want to do a tandem jump. I want to do it on my own.
It's not an option.
I know.
And the guy's like, what are you afraid of? It's like, that you'll get hard. And that's how they'll find us. Yeah, you have to do a tandem. I think at least the first one, but then I'm not sure whether there's like subsequent others that you have to do as tandem.
Well, who knows?
But yeah, I got super obsessed with skydiving. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do skydiving, jump out of a plane. Yeah. Gonna do it. Obviously I never did.
No.
And then I came back round to that's an absolutely freaking terrifying idea, concept, whatever.
You know what really puts me off the idea? I think it would be great fun, but what puts me off with the idea is the landing. Because I feel like my old man knees wouldn't be able to cope with it. I'd just land and be like, oh, my knees! Everything else, great. But my knees, landing, no.
But this is a prime example where you've gone towards the, your old man body, that side of things. I immediately go to, I'm too overweight to skydive.
There is that. That's the other kind of thing as well. I'm like, yeah, we'll probably
jump out of the plane.
Down.
My weight would rip me out of the harness, and I would plummet to the earth to become the thing I've loved most in life: pizza.
Good pancake.
Actual bucket list stuff.
I don't think I've got a bucket list. There's some things I'd still like to do, but
I planned my 40th.
You did?
I have done for years, and then decided to throw a spanner in the works by going, I don't want to do any of that fun stuff. Let's have a baby. So now it's weird because I spent all that time planning the 40th, and now I'm like, what am I doing for my 40th?
I'll do that for my 50th then.
I don't think I'll be here for that. Unless I do, make some drastic change.
I'd still like to, one of the things I'd still like to do.
Swim sharks, what?
I'd like, no, God no. Swim with sharks, no. You know what? I often thought, I really want to do scuba diving. I think that'd be really good fun, get the oxygen tank on and things. But I did in Florida. Have I mentioned I went to Florida? I went to Discovery Cove, and we did this, they call it Sea Walk adventure. And basically you get this big, helmet on your head with like it's weighted down, and you got like oxygen supply coming from the top, and you walk along like the sea floor in inverted commas. And you know what? One of the most claustrophobic, scariest things I've done, because like you can feel the water level in the helmet, because it's pressure to keep the water out, but you can feel it on your chin, especially with a beard. You can feel your beard dipping in the water, and it's really heavy, and you're just kind of like walking along, holding onto the bar at the side. Fucking scary. As soon as you tip, that water's in your helmet, and there's like fish all around you and things, and you can't swim up because the thing's so heavy. Oh, and yeah. So we did that, and that kind of put me off the whole scuba diving thing. And they kept saying, make sure you don't hold your breath. And they told us this, make sure you don't hold your breath. It must have been about 20 times, like, before we went down. And it's just like, why? Why aren't you telling us why we shouldn't hold our breath? Now you kind of make me think, I kind of want to find out. But I'm not going to.
The single most claustrophobic thing that I've ever seen is the bit in, is it the first? No, it might be the second episode of Evangelion.
Talking about that today with someone.
Where the plug fills with the LCL.
Yeah.
And it comes up to his like chin, and then it just keeps going, and he's holding his breath. And it's like, and then obviously he has to breathe out, eventually has to sort of open his mouth. It's still the most claustrophobic thing I've ever seen. You
go to that as your reference point for it, but do you not recall watching The Abyss? When he gets the old pink mouthwash that only at the dentist, and he can give you the pink stuff. That's what fills up the helmet, and he's like has to breathe it. Oh,
it's the exact same principle.
Exactly. Yeah. That is a horrible thing, and that's what it kind of felt like the helmets were going to do on that Seawalk adventure.
No, good thanks.
Yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. No. It was, I got through it, but you can laugh about it afterwards. But yeah, I don't want to do it again. It's too scary. That wasn't a bucket list, but that put me off one of my. Because I was like, I'm going to get a certified scuba diver thing. I'm going to be able to swim with whatever, and not sharks, but. But yeah, definitely don't want to do that. I did really want to do some like gun shooting in America. Like I've still not been to a range. But that's maybe like something to do later down the line. Next time. But yeah, bucket list. I don't have an actual list. Just like things I kind of would like to do. If I don't do them, fair enough.
Something that I've people bought those experience days. The ones where you get to drive a supercar around a track.
Doesn't interest me.
That's one of my new things. I'm like,
really?
I really want to do that. Really want to be able to drive like a supercar. Because let's face it, it's not something I'm going to do in my life as a, genuine day-to-day thing. But to be able to have done it at some point would have been like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, isn't it?
I just don't think I'm that good of a driver to drive something so fast. I think I'd be really kind of like overcautious of it.
You get a load of training before you do it. They talk about how like supercars don't drive like normal cars, where you would expect to brake going into a corner. In a normal car, you can't do that in a supercar because they don't work like that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be interesting, and then to actually be able to drive those cars, like really expensive Ferraris and Porsches and stuff, that'd be cool as fuck.
Yeah, it would be. And then you're like, yeah, I can never afford one of them.
Yep.
I actually watched. This is another kind of like old man thing. Bear in mind, I have never been a fan of this program, but I've been starting to watch Top Gear.
Oh, jeez.
Right? And quite enjoying Top Gear.
I used to watch Top Gear. many moons
Now
ago.
the old guard's out and the new guard's in. Paddy McGuinness, Freddie Flintoff, and what's his name, who did it last series and stuff. But really good, really funny, not ridiculously offensive like Clarkson was.
Well,
And just fun to watch because they're kind of, camaraderie they've got with each other and the kind of banter and stuff. It's good. It's funny. And they had the Porsche Taycan, is it? The new electric Porsche on it.
oh right.
It made me want to drive that. As for an electric car, it looked really, really good.
If I could have anything right now, I'd want a Tesla.
Yes and no. I mean, awkward for charging. Well, this is the thing. The Porsche, you can charge it for 20 minutes. It'll run another 200 miles. But you need one of the big, high charger things.
Yeah.
But then there's only 2 in the country or something they were saying. So it's like, there's no point in having this car because you can't charge it that quick.
No.
So, for a more realistic car, I think if anything now, I'd have a 2019, maybe one of the 2020s when they're out, the Mercedes-Benz A-Class. Like the A3. Really like them. Look like spaceships inside.
But it's a Mercedes.
Yeah, but it's not an Audi.
I mean, they're all the same.
They're not. Mercedes-Benz are nice.
Mercedes, BMW, Audis, VWs.
I don't know.
My new least favourite one is the Seat driver. Because, Jesus.
That's just a wannabe VW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. All of them are all wannabe something else. Audis wannabe BMWs or Mercedes. VWs like, the Audi beat us to it. And then, Seat is just, I want to be a VW.
But I've not got to a point where I want a old man car. I don't want like a big saloon car.
Yeah, Ford,
I want a hot hatch. Yeah. Damn right, mate. I'm happy with my little Fiesta right now. It's a good little nippy little number. I don't want anything. I don't want like a long, like a car you get given, like a work car. Like a, like one you get works car. Given this by work to drive round in. I don't want that kind of car. I'll just get my samples out of the boot. That kind of thing. I don't want that.
I don't think anybody wants that.
So I can have those kind of samples.
Jesus, that sounds awful, doesn't it? It's just like, yeah, that sounds amazing.
But I do find myself watching
Old man TV.
old man TV programs a lot more. Top Gear is definitely one. I like a house program. Oh, I'll tell you what I like.
Oh, jeez.
Place in the Sun.
No.
Oh, Place in the Sun's good. And if you ever got a day off work and you put Homes Under the Hammer on. Oh, I love a bit of Homes Under the Hammer. Oh, I like it.
Oh, jeez, no.
And what's that one? Oh, Grand Designs.
Oh, balls.
Just because you don't watch TV, you can't experience the greatness of Grand Designs. And there's nothing worse than watching Grand Designs and them not finishing the house at the end. Why have I just watched all this program and you're not going to show me the finished product? Oh. Oh, no.
I don't understand the concept, I'm afraid.
Well, you young'uns, you're younger than me, so you wouldn't understand these things.
I don't understand.
Nothing wrong with old man TV. Although every time my mum recommends something that she's watching on Netflix, I'm usually just like, nope, not watching that. What was the new one? The Stranger. Oh, I've been watching The Stranger on Netflix. Oh, that's nice. Cross that off the list. Not watching that anymore.
It looks really good.
That's what people say.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jennifer Saunders in it or something like that.
Yeah. And who's the main guy in it?
I don't friggin' know. I'll tell you why I don't know, because I have no interest in it anymore.
Looks good. What can I tell you?
Well, you watch it and you let me know.
I got time for shit like that.
No, exactly.
Too busy not watching all the programs that I should be watching.
All these programs people recommend you and then you don't watch.
Yeah, I guess.
I still watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine every night.
No.
It's just... I don't know what I'm going to do when I've gone through all the series again. I have to start something new.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want to do that. Getting old, I mentioned it the other week actually, about gigs, old man gigs, where I prefer to go to a gig that has designated seating, or even just seating. You know, I can't wait to go to a...
I'm still happy to stand for a couple of hours.
Oh, don't know about that.
Weirdest thing is, so far this year, there's no gigs. Like,
I think you've been interested, and there's been plenty of gigs.
I was looking at, I found myself looking at like, got a little email here about Ozzy Osbourne. Maybe
Parkinson's, Ozzy.
maybe I should see Ozzy before,
He's completely... Yeah.
before the inevitable.
Well, yeah.
Special guests, Judas Priest.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, like I've got my gig in May, my talk, my Ira Glass talk.
Oh, you're off to a TED Talk.
I'm not off to a TED talk. It's Ira Glass talking. That'll be a sit down gig.
Yeah.
Sit down here. I've got seats for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I've got them booked right. The 5th row from the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, got in there early.
You do right.
Yeah.
No gigs so far this year. That makes me feel old.
Well, it's only we're only Feb.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still stuff. I mean, well, to be honest, I often don't hear of gigs because I kind of don't follow the scene as much anymore.
Because I've bought tickets through certain websites and stuff, they will just email me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this band that you've listed as a band you like is touring.
I like it when they play York, so I don't have to travel far.
Wow.
But who plays York?
Nobody.
Exactly. York doesn't invest in its music scene, so... Well,
It's just not big enough for bands.
Well, no. I mean, we've got the Barbican.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been some good stand-ups at the Barbican, actually. You asked me earlier who my favourite stand-up was, and I said it was Ramesh, and he played York.
Yeah.
Or playing York, I can't remember which one. Flight of the Conchords played York.
Yeah.
At a ridiculous cost. I saw Dave Gorman in York at the Barbican. Very good. Sport was whack, though.
Whackjack.
Absolutely whack. Wackadoodle.
I'm waiting on a lot of stuff like that. Like,
You like your American comedians, though.
I do like my American comedians.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on Bertie Bott's World Tour. So,
Bertie Bott's all flavoured jelly beans?
No.
Oh.
It's listed as a world tour, so I'm just waiting for those UK dates to come up.
Yeah, you
I'll
keep
be
waiting.
there. I'm buying the first tickets. Like, give me the first 2 tickets you've got.
They'll be like, yeah, it was sold out.
I'm like, you better fucking I'll burn your house down. But yeah, I felt like I saw like a lot of like there's comedians that I'm a fan of that will never come to England. Like Joe Rogan will never come.
Maybe he will.
So I'm gonna have to go there.
Like, if they come to England, they'll play London. That's it. Because they always do. I think Mark Maron came over and just played London.
Yeah.
They always do. I
think Miles went.
Yeah.
But Joe Rogan's got too many other commitments to be booking time out to travel to another country. It's like with the UFC stuff, and he says that like the podcast takes up like a massive amount of his time now, which isn't surprising because he must do several a week. Or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's never going to come here. Whereas, like, Bill Burr seems to have done one a year or one a couple of years, like 2 years apart, sort of thing.
I'll tell you, he shouldn't come over here.
Who's that?
Kevin Smith. He shouldn't. He needs to just stay in America now.
He's been.
No one likes him.
He's been a couple of times recently.
I know you did. That's why I brought it up. So, have you got any old man fashions that you're down with at the moment? For me, love a good pair of slippers when I'm home. I got a really nice pair of slippers.
That's the same slippers out there earlier.
Oh, they were a bit stinky.
No.
Oh.
They're just, quite big.
like those stupid ones you used to get when you were a kid, like monster slippers.
No, they're just like big booties.
Oh, big booties.
Yeah, big booties.
Big booties.
That's what I took out and keep my life.
Yeah.
I've always been a
Man, I love
slipper aficionado.
I love getting home and getting some comfies on.
No.
Lounge pants.
I'm a master of the homeware.
Oh.
I slip lovingly into a pair of house trousers. Get a lovely jumper on.
Yeah.
A nice pair of slippers.
Got my house hoodie. Stick that on.
Yeah.
Keep warm. Yeah. Oh man, you can't be old. I wouldn't say it's old man fashion. I think it's just more. But I feel like the older I've got, the more I appreciate. This is where we're going to completely differ. But I appreciate a more expensive garment. So I will always buy Levi's now because the quality they last longer than the jeans. I don't mind paying that bit extra.
I can't afford to be paying Levi prices for the amount of my waistline yo-yos. I can't be paying Levi prices.
It's the same with shoes. I have to buy good shoes. I often wear Doc Martens because they last. They're comfy. They're good for. They've got good support for your feet. And you, as my mum always used to say, still does because she's not dead.
Look after your feet.
Look after your feet. Yeah, you got to look after your feet.
What my granddad used to say.
Yeah.
I've had Merrells for 10 years, maybe more. I get a pair for Christmas, and they see me through just about to Christmas. I'm desperate, and I mean desperate, for running shoes.
I do.
I just can't justify the cost.
I know you can. Well, you need to just kind of go, right, screw it. I just bought two pairs of trainers, picking up this week. And you know what I bought? I bought some Nike Legacies, 312s. That's right. Got my Jordans coming. Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Got my Jordans. Can't wait. Gonna go down to size, pick them up. That's right. I'm not 40 really. 25 again. Don't want to be 21. That was a drunken years. 25. Although someone at work did think I was 27.
Yeah.
I didn't correct them.
No.
You don't want to. To them, I am 27. It's only when they decorate my desk in 20 odd days' time, I'm 40, then everyone will be like, oh my god, Luke's 40.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember them doing it for my 30th. And I didn't want to tell everyone I was 30.
It's just a number.
It is just a number. It's a big number. There you go. So probably next time we talk. So how often are we doing this?
As often as you like.
No, well.
Two weekly.
So what? The 24th?
Some might say bi-weekly.
You might. So next one will be the 24th of Feb. Not that you like giving dates on these things.
Oops.
But then I will be... Oh, then it'll be like a week and a bit. until I'm 40.
We do your little party.
No.
Have a party pod.
You know what? I thought about doing something for my birthday, and then the more I thought about it, I was like, I don't want to be like loads of people to come out, and I don't want to be out late on a night. I just want to go out for a meal. Nice meal.
I thought about doing something and then realised nobody would turn up, so...
Well,
It'd just be me.
the thing is, everyone has got like... the world has changed. Like, everyone's got kids. So, like, people don't come out now anymore. So, yeah. It's an odd one.
Imagine people would go out if you ask them.
I don't want to go out.
People have options.
I don't want to go out. But yeah, I think we've covered everything I want to talk about, really. About 40. This is 40. Also a shit film. Don't ever watch that film.
I don't think I was going to.
No, it's not very funny.
Oh. Cool.
Well, recommendation of films not to watch. I'm sure next time we speak, we'll talk about something much more cheery than the worst of 2019, followed by getting old.
Getting old. This bit fell off.
Exactly. Next time we speak, I'll make sure
Body parts that fell off.
we'll pick a great subject to talk about. It might be, it'd be an interesting chat. Oh, this one was quite good.
Yeah.
Exactly. Considering we didn't have anything prepared.
Never prepare anything.
Well,
That's
yeah.
not sure I'll always
You've always got a list. You love a list.
Love a list.
I'm listening to today and you're like, oh, I made a list. No shit.
Always got a list. So I keep it all together. There'll be points in the week I'll just be like, oh, I need to write something down. There. Topic of conversation.
Very good.
Right then. Thank
Wrap it
you very much for coming.
Yeah.
And we'll leave it there.
Cool. Right, see you next time.
See you next time.
Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao, Bill.
So there you go. What do you think of that? Another one done. Good of Luke to make the journey over, and good to get another podcast under the belt. YouTube watchers, make sure YouTube subscribers like, share and comment. Everybody jump over to thecookiecast.com. Check us out over there. Send us some love. So there we go. That's it for this time. Till next time, I'm going to say bye, and I'll see you then. Bye.